What's up, fam? Welcome back to another exciting edition of Keith Walker Books Reads. Today, I'm going to be sharing a poem with you, which is titled On Being Brought from Africa to America. This poem was written by Phillis Wheatley. It was published in 1773 in a poetry collection called Poems on Various Subjects, Religious and Moral. So, as far as this poetry collection goes, Miss Wheatley was the first African American and the second woman after Anne Bradstreet to publish a book of poems. She's world renowned. She's highly respected. Her writing is. She was born in around 1753 in Gambia, Africa. I say around because, as you probably know, back then during those times, they didn't keep records of slaves' birth dates and the day they were picked up and things like that. So she came to America as a slave, captured by slave traders, and she came to America in 1761. So I'm going to read the poem, and I'm going to do a little analysis of it when I get done. All right, so here we go. On being brought from Africa to America. 'Twas mercy brought me from my pagan land, taught my benighted soul to understand that there's a God, that there's a Savior too. Once I redemption neither sought nor knew, some view our sable race with scornful eye. Their color is a diabolical dye. Remember, Christians, Negroes, black as Cain, may be refined and join the angelic train. All right, so that's the poem. I'm trying to be upbeat about this, but I'll tell you right now, I don't like the poem, and I'm going to tell you why. So if you haven't figured it out, this poem is about her experience coming to America, and her message is that she's grateful for slavery because if not for slavery, she would have been stuck in Africa and she never would have become a Christian. That is the basic overriding message of the poem. The reason I don't like that message, and as far as that message goes, let me be clear. I know there are some black people in America today that would honestly say if not for slavery, they wouldn't have been in America, and they don't want to go back to Africa, and they're glad they're not currently in Africa. So in that view, slavery was a good thing because they have a good life in America because of the slave trade. So if you're one of the people who feel like that, I'm not discounting your feelings at all. It's okay to feel that way. It's justifiable to feel that way. The problem I have with Miss Wheatley's poem, and I really hate to come against her because she is such an important literary figure. But, just because it's art, and I do respect everybody's art, but that doesn't mean I have to enjoy it. If I go to a museum, I don't necessarily have to love every single painting I see, and I do not love this poem. And the problem with it, in my opinion, is the way she delivers the message. She starts off by saying, "'Twas mercy brought me from my pagan land." So in her opinion, the slave trade, the slave boat, the thing that brought our people here, shackled, at the bottom of the boat, throwing up on each other, defecating on each other, dying, and thrown overboard, all the horrible things that happened during the slave trade on the boat, all of that, she considers that mercy. I don't see that. And then she also says, brought me from my pagan land. So she has disdain for her former land, which is Africa. A pagan is a person that's holding religious beliefs other than those of the main world religion. So she considers Africa just full of pagans. And it's kind of odd for someone who experienced slavery to look back on their homeland with disdain like this. She said, taught my benighted soul to understand. Benighted is in a state of pitiful or contemptible intellect or moral ignorance. So not only does she look down on Africa, but she looked down on herself. She says, once I redemption neither sought nor knew, some view our sable race with scornful eye. Sable just means black. Their color is a diabolical dye. So obviously that's what white people would think of Negroes back then. And she ends the poem with, remember, Christians, Negroes, black as Cain, may be refined and join the angelic train. So, Negroes, black as Cain, our problem is we need to be refined, and that just mirrors the language of the slave owners. That's what they felt they had to do. They had to get back their slaves to submit, refine them because they're not real people. They're like animal. And if you want to, if you want to be in the society, all of those animalistic tendencies the slaves had, they had to be refined. And all of this gets her to the point that she can join the angelic train. So I guess that's it. I mean, I don't want to just keep kicking a poem while it's already down, but I just, yeah, I ain't feeling this poem at all. I'm just not feeling it. But anyway, that's my opinion. If you like the video, hit the like button. Even if you disagree, post a comment. If you totally love the poem and you want to tell me why, tell me why. I'd love to hear from you. And if you just stumbled upon this channel, you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I'd love for you to come back and see you again. There's a bell, by the way. If you go to actual YouTube, after you hit subscribe, there's a bell next to it. And if you also hit the bell, you'll get a notification when I post stuff. You may or may not get the notification just by subscribing. But anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate your support. I'll see you next time.